As you all well know, our Lent this year was cut short very prematurely. We had only gone through the first 2 Sundays of Lent before Masses were canceled on the weekend of March 14th and 15th, which would have been the 3rd Sunday of Lent. Now, of course, the season of Lent still happened, and many people actually felt like it was longer than usual because of what they were going through in their personal lives. But liturgically and as a community, our Lent was cut short insofar as we weren't able to come together during Lent for Mass. And here, to my great disappointment and others, we had to cancel the Lenten retreat that we had planned. Had you all been coming to Mass during Lent like normal, you would have heard a lot more than you did this year about the so-called 3 pillars of Lent. Do you all remember what the 3 pillars of Lent are? Prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. The scriptural basis for the 3 pillars of Lent is today's gospel. If you listen closely, Jesus talks about all 3 in a row. He tells us, when you pray, don't be like the hypocrites who like to stand and pray and be seen. Prayer. When you fast, don't look gloomy like the hypocrites. They neglect their appearance so that people will see that they're fasting. Prayer, fasting. And then finally he says, when you give alms, do not blow a trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do, to win the praise of others. Almsgiving. Right there, all in a row. Prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Of course, Jesus' point in today's gospel is, don't live the 3 pillars of Lent so as to be seen by others and to be applauded. Live them for God alone. But that point presupposes the fact that you're already living the 3 pillars of Lent. If you're not, you don't really have to worry about your motives because you're not even living them to begin with. Here's the point I want to give to you for your meditation today. The 3 pillars of Lent are not meant to be lived only during Lent. They're meant to be lived all year round. In fact, it would be better to say the 3 pillars of the spiritual life instead of the 3 pillars of Lent. We live them more intensely during Lent. We're supposed to pray more, fast harder, give more alms, but we're really supposed to be living these 3 pillars of Lent all year round. So it would be better to call them the 3 pillars of the spiritual life. Is there a single day of the year when you're not supposed to pray? No. You pray every day, right? Is there a single day of the year when you're not supposed to give alms, meaning doing acts of love, acts of service for other people? No. Every day. Is there a single day of the year that you're not supposed to fast? That's a trick question. Yes, there is. You don't fast on Sundays or solemnities. Does everyone know that? Those are little Easters. You never fast on those days. The cross will come because the cross never misses its daily appointment. You'll always have something to suffer, but you don't do acts of penance, self-denial, and mortification on Sundays and solemnities. But all the other days of the year, yes, you do. We live these pillars all year round. If we didn't, then why would the church give us on Wednesday of the 11th week in ordinary time the very gospel that speaks of the 3 pillars? So we've already been through now, this is our 4th week of the recommencement of ordinary time. It's the 11th week, but the 4th week since Easter. And we're going to go through ordinary time all the way until Advent. So as we approach the many weeks of ordinary time ahead, I want to leave you with this question, which might sound odd, but from what I just told you, it makes sense. As you prepare to enter more deeply into ordinary time, what do you plan to do to live the 3 pillars of Lent? After all, they're really not the 3 pillars of Lent. They are the 3 pillars of a healthy spiritual life.